Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all here. My name is Mariam. I am representing an Islamic organization based in Taipei City called Taiwan Islamic Education and Cultural Center. I'm a teacher there. I teach Arabic and Islamic studies. So I'm happy to share with you all about Ramadan and our two festivals. So I'll introduce our next also. Aini.
Hello all. Thank you. I'm Annie Sophie. I'm from Biomedical Department in Chang Gung University. And I already live in Taiwan maybe more than 5 years. And today I'm very happy to talk with all of you and Mariam and also Farouk to talk about our culture, religion, Islam. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
And next, Farouk.
大家好，你好，我叫方爱明。I am from the radiotherapy department, and that's it. I'm very happy in front of you. We are going to learn something new today. Okay, have a good day.
So I'm going to present my portion first about Ramadan in Taiwan. So from Taiwan culture, because I've lived in Taiwan so far for 3 years. So I have experienced at least a good Ramadan in 2019 before COVID-19 happened. So I have some pictures to share with everybody about that. And then Aini will present about Indonesia and Farouk will talk about Pakistan. So you will see similarities and also some differences in the way we celebrate. But overall, it's more or less similar. Okay. All right. So I'm sure the question that comes to a lot of people's minds is, why do Muslims even fast Ramadan? Like, why? And what is Ramadan, actually? So Ramadan is an Arabic word for the Islamic month, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. So we Muslims have an Islamic calendar. It's a lunar calendar, like Chinese calendar, but we are 100% lunar in the sense that it will follow the moon 100%. So every year Ramadan starts 11 days earlier, every day, every year. So Ramadan will shift every year, which is great because some people get to experience Ramadan in the winter and some can experience it in the summer. So it's quite nice. So this year, Ramadan will be starting in 2 more weeks, approximately the beginning of April. So that's why this event is really nice, to let you all know what Muslims will be doing in the next month in April. So why do Muslims fast? So I will read to you a verse from the Quran. So Muslims, we have 2 sources of knowledge based, like what is Islam is based on 2 sources. Quran, which is the word of God, it's our holy book. And the second source are the sayings and traditions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. O you who believe, fasting is prescribed, meaning mandatory, obligatory for you, as it was prescribed for those who came before you. Why? So that you may become pious. So the reason why we fast is because God commanded us to. And then another verse in the Quran, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم. So Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed as a guide for humanity with clear proofs of guidance and the standard to distinguish between right and wrong. So whoever of you witnesses Ramadan, is alive when Ramadan comes, he must observe that fasting. He must observe fasting. And then our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said to us, بُنِيَ الْإِسْلَامُ عَلَى خَمْسٍ شَهَادَةِ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَأَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ وَإِقَامِ الصَّلَاةِ وَإِيتَاءِ الزَّكَاةِ وَحَجَّ الْبَيْتِ وَصَوْمَ Ramadan. So Islam is based on 5 pillars. We have 5 pillars that every Muslim must do. The first is to testify that there is only one God and that Muhammad is his final and last messenger, and that we pray 5 times a day, and that we pay zakah, which is a charity, and making pilgrimage to Mecca for Hajj, and the last, fasting in Ramadan. So fasting in Ramadan is one of our 5 pillars. That is why we fast. So sometimes some people ask us, right? Like, how long do we have to fast? How many hours do you fast?
How come?
How come you have to fast this long? So when does Ramadan? When does our fasting start? It starts with we say dawn, which is about an hour and a half before sunrise. An hour and a half before sunrise. So this year, April. So this is a timetable we will follow in Taipei. In Ramadan, starting approximately April 1st, we have to start fasting, meaning stop eating at about 4:30 in the morning. So we get up about 4 o'clock to eat a breakfast called suhoor, and we will fast from 4:30 a.m. until sunset. When the sun sets down, we will fast till that time, and it will be around 6 p.m. So we will be fasting in Taiwan for about 13 hours. But you will see in Indonesia, the hours may be different. And then in Pakistan, it may be different, depending on when is suhoor time and when is sunset time in that particular country, right? Okay. I will just go through the things for Taiwan specifically, because some are overlapped. So in Taiwan, we fast, and then usually we go to the mosque and eat together. It's called iftar. We will have a breaking the fast in the masjid. So I have pictures here for 3 mosques in Taiwan. So this first one here is Taipei Grand Mosque, Taipei Qingzhen, which is in Taipei City, the biggest mosque in Taipei. And then over here, this is Kaohsiung Qingzhen. We have a masjid there in Kaohsiung as well. And then this is Longgang Qingzhen, which is in Zhongli, which is about 40 minutes from here. So usually in the evening when we are breaking our fast, we come to the mosque before, and then we will eat together. And these are pictures taken back in 2019. During 2020 and 2021, unfortunately, there wasn't that. And then what else do Muslims do during the day? If we're just fasting, what else do we do? So we read a lot of Quran, and we do a special prayer called Tarawih. And Farouk has this slide as well. In Pakistan, they'll be praying this. In Indonesia, they'll be praying this. So Muslims will be going to the mosques and praying this special prayer called Tarawih. Yes. This is on Eid day. Okay, I'm just showing you very quick about in Taiwan on Eid. After we finish our fasting, there will be a holiday called Eidal-Fitr. And we are in the mosque and we are reciting this chant over and over again. What is the meaning? It's Allah is the most great, Allah is the most great, Allah is the most great. There is no deity worthy of worship except Allah. Allah is the most great, Allah is the most great. All praises and thanks are due to Allah. So we will all be doing this on the Eid day. So just a little bit of Taiwan. And then on Eid al-Adha, one specific thing about it that's interesting is that we sacrifice an animal. I'm going quickly because I know that Aini and Farouk have more to share about that. But I'm telling you that in Taiwan, we do the same. So I'll pass it over to Aini right now. So if you can tell us about what happens in Indonesia compared to Taiwan.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I only have some slides, maybe 6 or 7, but I will more talk about our culture between Ramadan, Eid-Fitr, and also Eid al-Adha. In Indonesia, I live in Central Java province. One of province in Java Island together with Jakarta, and I need maybe around 5 hours using train to Jakarta or 1 hour by plane. And I live at the village, small village, and you see in here we have 2 mosques here, and this is together with Islamic boarding school. This is our village, small, but almost of us is Muslim, because almost of Indonesian population, maybe around 87 is Muslim, and our population is around 278 million. 278 million, and many hantor-hantoran. And our province, the population is same with Taiwan.
Yes.
Maybe bigger. So it's not surprising if Indonesia is the largest Muslim country in the world. After that is, if I'm not wrong, is Pakistan, India, Turkey. Yeah.
Yes.
He is from Turkey, not
Yes,
Pakistan.
I didn't think he didn't introduce himself completely. He is, yeah, please share, like you are.
Okay, next. Mariam already explained about the important fasting in our religion, and in this slide, I just show you that Ramadan is from Arabic word ramad, that the meaning is burning. The meaning of burning in here is to burn our sin. We cannot eat, but not only eating or drinking that not allowed along the fasting, but we also control our behavior and also our emotion along the Ramadan. So hopefully after we pace the fasting in Ramadan, in Eidal-Fitr, we will got the, we win.
Yeah.
Like we win for controlling ourselves to become the bird, become new one again, new person, better person again.
If I can just add here, one of the virtues of Ramadan that we look forward to when we fast is that if we fast Ramadan with full faith and expecting Allah's reward for our fasting, all our sins are forgiven. This is something our Prophet has told us, that if we can control ourselves and do what we are supposed to do in Ramadan, we can expect that all our previous sins will be forgiven. So we look forward to that.
Okay, that's yeah. So Mariam also already explained that at early morning we must take the breakfast. Usually in Taiwan, I will take the sahur at around 3 until 4 a.m. Around that. And usually this is the culture in Indonesia. When we starting to fasting, usually in our neighborhood, we'll wake up all of the people in our community using some
Noise?
yeah, traditional music. So everyone will wake up in that time. Even from our mosques, some person will call it like sahur, sahur, like that. And every child will do some music like this. Sahur, sahur. Like parade or something. Yeah. So the vibes is really live around 30 days, every morning. And after that, we will take the sahur. Next. Usually, I just drink some water and also take some meal, light meal. For example, we eat dates, that's fruit. But in Indonesia, because we cannot skip the rice every day, so usually almost of people will eat paifan with chai and everything together. We will eat together in our family. So after that, after subuh is around 4 until 5 a.m. We cannot eat or drink until the sunset. And this is the iftar time. Usually along the Ramadan in Indonesia, we we always together to break the fasting with our family. But if you work in another city, usually we will go home a week before Eidal-Fitr. Like in Taiwan, when the Chinese New Year come, you will go home like that. The situation is same like that. And this is the food that I will really miss this along the...
Can you make it or you can't?
I can make it, but lazy in here. This is from banana and tikwa mixed with the coconut milk and brown sugar. And this is, I think, in Taiwanese, most of people already know this one. They usually call this with momo cha-cha. Yeah. And this is very sweet from brown sugar, coconut milk, and also jelly from glutinous rice and polomi. The yellow one is polomi.
So this is for iftar when you break your fast?
For iftar we will eat dessert first, and after that we will praying, and after praying we will have the heavy meal.
Yeah, actually,
together.
when we break our fast, the thing we usually break it on is dates. So dates are sweet. So you have like a craving for something sweet. It boosts your energy really quickly. So then you'll be okay again.
Fresh again.
Fresh again.
And this is after we have the heavy meal. After that, around more than Tian Pan. After that, we will do the Tarawih prayer in the mosque together with all the community.
And they will usually finish the whole Quran the whole month. So every night they will read about 20 pages. 20 pages.
Yeah.
And then over 30 days, the Quran is finished.
Yeah, hopefully finished. But in Taiwan, sometimes I can.
Sometimes can.
Difficult in here.
So in Taiwan, it's similar. In Indonesia, where you can see there is similarities, but the difference is they have a lot of community. Population is big.
Every side in every block in our community have a mosque, almost of us. Even in Indonesia, we have 5 religion: Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, and also Hindu. But we will live together always. Even my family from mother's side, we also have a temple for Buddhists. And some of my cousins also become a monk. But we live together. This is a short video about Eidal-Fitr in our village.
خير رسل ربي من به أبصرت دربي يا شفيعي يا رسول الله أيها المختار فينا زادنا الحب حنينا جئتنا بالخير دينا يا ختام المرسلين يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام.
Many people in our village, maybe about 8,000.
يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك.
Very lucky.
Yeah, I really miss these vibes.
Yes, there's a
Because usually in Eidal-Fitr, even we work in Yachata, in another city, we will go home. All people in together, we will pray together in very wide line. because the mosque is not enough. Yeah, and after that, we will go to one by one to our family house, open house. We will eat together with many kind of food like chicken curry, maybe you know, but that's satay or something like that. I really miss this vibe because 2 years of pandemics, I didn't go home. Okay, thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, Annie. Now, Farooq.
Okay, so I will start with the Eidal-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Okay, the Ramzan is quite explained by my friend. So Eid al-Fitr is also known as the festival of breaking the fast, or the lesser Eid or the sweeter Eid. And on the 29th of Ramzan, we sight the moon. Okay, so the moon sighting is like this. Okay, so we have a mosque and we have a dedicated space for that thing. So the person just gather there and look for the moon. Okay, and the moon is like the crescent one. It's so small, you can't see it. If you miss it, it's gone. Okay, it have very little time. So you must know where to look. And from, like, if you didn't see the moon, oh, that's great. Then you have to go for one more fast. Okay, so when we saw the moon or we sight the moon, we said the government organizes that, announced that we have the Eid on the next day. And the night, we call it Chand Raat, it's the moon night. So all the people, the man, the woman, the children, they just came out of their houses and try to buy something from there for the Eid day. So most commonly, they will go for the jewelry and from some clothes and other things. And the man is just go to pay. He is going to get nothing. Usually, he is going to carry the things. Yeah. So there's a girl, she was wearing some shoes for herself, or the jewelry shops, and the clothes. Again, the jewelry shop. And we have decoration. The women decorate their hands with the henna. Okay. And some other patterns you can have. We decorate our houses with the lights as well. And the corner of our house is always like, you set up it for the food. So if you have some kind of visitors, you can just ask them, they can come together. And we have a lot of dry fruit and sweets in our house. You can just imagine that that's why we call it Sweet Eid. And the morning, we usually start with the prayer. We all get together for the prayer. Okay, this is a great mosque we have. And then we just perform our prayer. And after that, we say greeting. We just hug each other like this. It's like the way to tell that we greet you. And after that, we go to our houses, okay, and distribute the sweets among each others. And then we cook the food, okay. So it's like the community. We combine community together, we cook together, we serve together, we eat together, and after that we go for outing, okay? And we also have this kind of, the Taiwanese have this, the red envelope, yeah, the red envelope, yeah. So we have this ED system in our society. So the children.
We call it Eidiya.
Yeah, Eidiya, yeah, that's the Eidiya or Eidiya. And you can see how happy he is. And yeah, the children just count them who won, okay? And we share the sweets as well. Oh, so this is a slide. Usually when I was here in Taiwan, so whenever I meet people, they will ask me, the Muslim eat meat or they don't eat. So it is very difficult to explain them what we eat, what we don't eat. So these are normally the things we don't eat, but these are things we eat, okay? And if...
Meaning other than pork, there's a whole list of other things.
Yeah, we have a lot of things. In Taiwan, if your friend is like a Muslim, you should take him to the restaurant. So the restaurant should have this thing.
Yeah, it's called the halal symbol. Halal. Qingzhen.
Okay. So for the meat related, we have a festival. It's called the Eid al-Adha. Okay. It's the festival of sacrifice, the feast sacrifice, or the greater Eid. After the Eid al-Fitr, we have 2 months and 10 days. After that, we celebrate the Eid al-Adha. And in morning, we have the prayer. Everything is the same. But after the prayer and the greeting, we go to the livestock market to buy some kind of animal, and we sacrifice it in the name of the God. The sacrifice method, like most of the people, they will just know how do we do it. So we just cut through here, through the neck. We go for the jugular vein, the esophagus, the trachea, the carotid, up to the spinal cord, and that's the way we just kill the animal. Okay.
Why is that? Because that's the fastest way the blood will completely
body.
exit from the animal. There should be no blood left in the animal once it's prepared for eating.
And don't forget to
Say Bismillah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the livestock market and some shapes.
Yeah.
Now, we sometimes decorate the sacrifice animal as well. Okay.
Yes.
And the children loves their animals. Yeah. And sometimes they do this thing.
So why is it that we have sacrificing of animals on Eid al-Adha?
Oh, that's the remembrance of Hazrat Ibrahim.
Yes. So does if everyone may be familiar with Prophet Abraham, the Christians and the Jews will have this similarity, understanding of there's a prophet by the name of Prophet Abraham, and there's a story behind that where he was commanded by God to slaughter his son,
Yes.
Prophet Ismail, and then he was going to do it because he obeys God and was submitting to him. So before he did it, it was a test from God. He fulfilled the test. Before he was going to slaughter him, Allah sent him a ram, which is like a kind of a goat, a big goat, and had him slaughter that instead. So every year we do the same, remembering his submission to the will of God when we sacrifice. So that's why we say Bismillah when we do it, and commemorate his remembrance.
Okay. So after we sacrifice the animal, we divide it in 3 parts. Okay. The first one is for ourselves, the second one is for the family, and the third one is for the God, which usually go to the mosque and the poor. Okay. After the distribution, we just cook it, and these are some of the foods we usually cook in our houses, like the mutton tikka. Okay, you can just fry it in the oil or steak it or roast it. Okay. Oh, we have a very good flavor of kebabs, and this dish is very good. Okay, so you just steam it, like you put everything in the mud clay and you steam it. Okay, and we have the barbecues. Yeah,
Kebab in our
yeah, the kebab is that one, this one, yeah, that one, and that one. Yep. And we have the full, this is called saji, okay? So you just cook the whole lamb inside this kind of pit. So every home have this kind of pit. So they just fire it and put it, okay? So the next event we have, the Eidal-Fitr, will be on the 2nd May. It will go for 3 days up to 3 May. And the Eid-al-Adha will go from 9 to 13. The day may vary because it's lunar calendar.
Yeah, we wait for the moon to
Yeah.
decide.
And that's it, if you have any questions.
So, so thank you very much. So just recap very quick. So Ramadan comes first. So that's coming in April. We're going to fast for an entire month. And that month is basically, we are trying to get closer to God. So it's a very spiritual month for us. We try to be on our very best behavior. We can't get angry. And it's difficult in a non-Muslim country because other people are not eating. But we would like to tell our friends that it's okay for you to eat in front of us. You don't have to feel like, oh, I can't eat in front of you or something. We're okay. We're going to be fine. But just let you know that we're going to be fasting during April till May. So if you want to invite us to eat lunch with you, we'll have to delay it until May. And then after the month is over and we're, have got that spiritual boost in our faith and we're closer to God, then we have our 2 holidays that come up. So like Farouk was saying, the first one is Eid al-Fitr, which is celebrating the ending of our fasting. So I would like to just point out one thing. Muslim celebrations, we only have two. We only have two. And both of these celebrations come after two very important acts of worship. They come after we've done something great. So the first one is we fasted a whole month of Ramadan. God is pleased with us. We get to celebrate. And we have Eid al-Fitr. And what do we say to each other on the day of Eid? Many people know as Eid Mubarak, meaning may you have a blessed Eid. But actually what we really say to each other is, may God accept from you and from me. تَقَبَّلَ اللَّهُ مِنَّا وَمِنْكُمْ. Which means, may Allah accept your good deeds and my good deeds. May God accept our fasting. May God accept our prayers and everything. That's how we greet each other on the first day of Eid. Then, Eid al-Fitr, what does that come? Yes, 2 months and 10 days later. But what month is that? That is Hajj. So we said we have 5 pillars in Islam. One of which is to fast Ramadan, and the other is to perform Hajj. So while we are in Taiwan and Indonesia and Pakistan, if we're not in Mecca at the time, we will also be celebrating Eid al-Adha because of the people who are, the Muslims who are in Mecca doing their pilgrimage. So while the pilgrimage is going on, we are doing the same things. They also slaughter animals, we slaughter animals. They recite chants, we recite chants. And we have similar things. So we are celebrating them for completing the rites of the big Hajj, the pilgrimage, which is every Muslim has to do at least once in their lifetime. And what's the reward for it? If they complete it, it's a 5-day travel, it's a 5-day pilgrimage. When they finish it, it's as if they're born like a newborn baby, sinless. No other act does that for us except Hajj. Sinless like a baby, like you're born the first day. So those are the 2 reasons we have these holidays. It's not just there. There's a reason behind it. It's mainly always to thank God that we are Muslims and that He has guided us to Islam. So that's just the last point I wanted to bring. Does anyone know how many Muslims are in Taiwan? Let's start with Taiwanese Muslims, just Chinese Muslims, like Bentu, just like Taiwan Muslims. Does anybody can get a guess? How many Muslims are there? Please. 10,000? Go up a little bit more.
More.
Go up a little bit more. Anybody else can guess another answer? 50,000, very close. Add another 10, about 60,000. 60,000 Taiwanese Muslims, mostly Hui Muslims, from Myanmar, from China, from Taiwan itself. They make up 60,000 in Taiwan. And then we have the foreigner from other country Muslims, about 250,000. So 250,000 Muslims in Taiwan from outside, and then 60,000 Taiwanese Muslims. So in Taiwan, we have about 7 qingzhensi, about 7 masjids. So they're all distributed, but most of the Muslims may be concentrated in Taipei and in Kaohsiung, I think. So yeah, yeah. Yes, please. Thank you for such a question. So this is another question. Who has to fast? Who did God say has to fast? The conditions are you're Muslim, you're an adult, meaning you've already reached the age of puberty, you're an adult, and you are sane, meaning mentally okay and healthy. Those who don't have to fast, are there any exceptions? In Islam, is there any exceptions?
Any? Yeah. For example, if because we are women, we got period every month, we cannot fasting. Yeah. But we must substitute in another day after Eidal-Fitr.
Yes. So one is that when the woman has her monthly
pregnancy.
Pregnancy, if she fears that it's dangerous for her. And if you're sick, like really, really sick, you can not fast, but you have to make up. You will have to make up. And there are some people who are chronic illnesses like diabetes, they have to be on medication. They are also exempt, and they don't have to make up. But what they have to do is they have to pay to feed a poor person every day for 30 days. And then the other person who doesn't have to fast, there's one more person. Children, yes, but also what else? Adults who don't have to fast. Travel. If you're traveling, And how does Islam determine whether you're a traveler? If you're 80 kilometers away from your home, you're considered a traveler and you don't have to fast. And then when you come back, you pick up on fasting and you have to make up those days after Ramadan. So it's a good question.